Hello folks and welcome to Sportscast. I am as always your host Parkera, and for this week's pick'ems for the NFL heading into week 10. Let's have a quick look here on how we did for week 9. Managed to get ahead 11-4 there. Texas, Patriots, Saints and Packers, the only teams I got incorrect. So 82.6% winning percentage there and 86.52 overall record. Not too shabby. Let's have a quick nosy here. Now there is some teams on the bye this week. Packers, Browns, Seahawks and Raiders are on byes this week. So let's get stuck into week 10. Thursday night football, Bengals and Baltimore. Easy pick, Baltimore. I'm going to pretty much go through these fairly quickly today, folks. I just don't... Good performance last week. I just don't see the Ravens now. The trade deadline has come and gone, obviously. I'm just not convinced with the Bengals. So it's an easy pick for me as well. The Ravens look really good against the Denver Broncos, who I did pick the Ravens last week, so I'm going to go with them again this week. Giants, Carolina. This is the Munich game, I believe, the Germany game. This is a really tough one. I haven't seen any of the Panthers play this year as such. I've seen the Giants a couple of times. I'm going to go with the Giants here. I don't know. I just think overall they're still a better team than Carolina. Yeah. Patriots, Bears. Well, I went for the Pats last week and they lost. I picked against the Bears last week, thankfully, and they lost. But as much as I'd like to go against the Bears, just because obviously Packers being on the bye and they're a divisional rival, I still think even if it's one of the worst Bears ever, it's going to be the Bears over the Patriots. I'm going to pick the Bears. Bills, Colts, anything can happen. The Bills, I mean, they've got a 7-2 record, but they did struggle last week. Was it just before? Yeah, field goal to win them the game against Miami. That was a divisional game though, so they always are tough. But I am going to go pick with the Bills here. Broncos, Kansas. Look, I saw I know Kansas is a kind of a short week. I did see what Kansas were able to do against the Buccaneers. And like I've been saying all season, they're playing and winning ugly. They're doing what's required when required to win. I think the Buccaneers really did a good job. It was very close, obviously going into overtime. But I just can't see the Broncos winning at Arrowhead. Falcons, Saints have just collapsed. They fired their coach, obviously their head coach. Carr being lambasted on social media during that game. I think Olave is going to be out, I believe, for this game with concussion. Could be wrong on that. But yeah, I just don't see the Saints doing anything. Falcons here. San Francisco, Tampa. Now this is a tricky game. I have said, well, Tampa obviously missing Evans and Godwin, but last week they really showed against the Packers. Well, technically it's still this week, but Monday Night Football not the Packers, against the Chiefs. That they're definitely not going to be rolling over because they're missing two of their major weapons. San Francisco have to trip. They're dealing with injuries, but they've still got Brock, and they've still got Kittle. They've still got, I think Debo is going to be back. I heard that obviously they've opened up the training window for CMC. I am going to go against what a lot of people are saying here, and I think it's a short week for the Bucks, but I think it's kind of it's only a day shorter, so it's not too bad. I'm going to go for the Bucks. I think at home, and think if they can play the way they played on Monday night, they can probably pull away a win here. Pittsburgh over Commanders. This is going to be a tough, hard-fought game. I have picked the Steelers a lot and been pretty successful with them. Russell Wilson's looked okay. I'm going to jump on the Commanders wagon at the moment, and especially Commanders being at home. It'll be a really good, tough opportunity to show just how legit they are, I think. 7-2 against 6-2 Steelers. They were pushed by the Giants last week, but I think the Commanders at home. I'm going to just go for that there. Look, as much as, again, I don't want to go for a divisional rival, I just have to go with the Vikings. Just the obvious choice here. The matchup, Tennessee Titans, Chargers. I think the Chargers will charge into Titan land and beat them. Titans got a win there last week, but that was against the Patriots, even though I picked the Patriots. Titans did enough. It went to overtime. I just think the Chargers at home are going to have enough about them to pick up the win. The Eagles and Cowboys. Now, this game traditionally has been a big game, right? It's a huge game. This season, it's like, I'm sorry, but the Cowboys are nothing. They're all into crashing and burning. They've lost Dak Prescott for what? 4 weeks or so? They've just got issues beyond injuries. And I think, Philly's just going to come into what's it called? What's the owners called? To Cowboys and to Dallas and just do the job there. Right. Jets, Cardinals. 3-6 Jets. What a game of two halves that was against the Texans. If that second half Jets turns up, I think they win this game. It's a tough one. I'm going to go for the Jets. I think after that second half performance, I think that's going to definitely lift that group. And self-belief is a huge thing in sport. They finally show in that second half how it can all come together. Garrett Wilson, Jeepers Creepers, that fella, that young kid, his abilities were on show last week. Of course, we got Devontae Adams linking up for the first touchdown with Aaron Rodgers since 2021, week 17, when they were both on the Packers. I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go with the Jets here. We'll see. Texans, Detroit. I picked the Texans the other week when they were facing the Jets. And CJ, as talented as he is, he's struggling in the sophomore year because his O-line just offering no protection. He was sacked, if I recall off the top of my head, about 8 times. You're not going to get anywhere with that. They do have a good running offense, of course, with Joe Mixon, but I don't think that's enough. I have to go. Even though the Texans are at home, the Lions are just rumbling through this league and clear second favourites. I mean, clearly the second team in the league after the Chiefs. I mean, you may even be able to push for, in some sectors, that they are the top team in the league. We'll go down now. Miami against the Rams. This will be the Monday Night Football game. Rams are at home. Miami, close loss against the Buffalo Bills in a hard-fought divisional game. Rams will be looking to pick up a home win here and keep up with the division. Obviously, I think they're second now going in after last week's results, with Seattle losing. This is a tough one. Tua's back. I think all his weapons. Puka Nacua, I haven't heard if he's going to be suspended or what's happening with that punch he threw. For now, I'm going to go with the Rams, folks, and that'll be my picks there. So just a quick look over. We've got to go for the Rams over the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Detroit over the Texans. The Jets to beat the Cardinals. The Eagles to beat the Cowboys. The Chargers to beat the Titans. Minnesota to beat the Jags. Washington Commanders over the Steelers. Tampa over the 49ers. Falcons over the Saints. Chiefs over the Broncos. Bills over the Colts. Bears over the Pats. The Giants over the Panthers. And the Ravens over the Bengals. That's my picks. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of those picks. I know some have gone against the grain. I'd be interested to see if you kind of agree or disagree with that, and how your picks are going if you are doing them, even if it's for your fantasy. Let me know down below. As always, thank you very much for this, guys. I will catch you tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. I will be streaming this game, the Cincinnati Bagels. It's been a day. Cincinnati Bengals against the Ravens. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. I am Parkera. Kia kaha. Oh boy, bagels. I could do with a bagel right now.